Hello, this week I'm going to start the reviews off by looking at a game on the Commodore 64. Never heard of this one before. It's called Big Mac, the Mad Maintenance Man. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it would have been something about an hamburger, if I'm honest, but it's sort of a platform game, um, a little bit, it might be a bit harsh to say, but probably a poor man's Manic Miner, I think. I've had a few goes on it. Not that overly impressed, if I'm honest with you. Um, it's from Mastertronic. Yeah, we'll have a go anyway. Let's have a look. Now, the first thing that I did notice with this is the controls. They're not really responsive, so you'll have to bear with me. Here we go. So that's me, top left hand corner. That's obviously Big Mac. As you can see, um, very platformy. As you see what I mean, it's very Manic Minerish, but it's not half as good. So you've got to get this guy here, one moving in the top left hand corner, over to the right hand corner on this particular screen on the house. Well, I presume it's an house, but we'll see what I can do. Now what you've got to do is make your way along these platforms and move them switches. That knocks all force fields off so you can get to your goal. As you've just noticed, you can drop down. It doesn't really affect your health or you lose a life. And this is where controls comes a bit weird for me. Right, I'll move that switch. Now I want to move away from it, and it's moved it back again. So you've got to look at that. It's just not good at all. Ah, there we go. Right, so I managed to move that. So that one, that blue one where I am now, that takes that force field off directly above me. There we go. Now these are some sort of lifts which have just died there, probably took a bit too long. Let's see if I can whisk through this without dying. So I'll drop down, move that one, try and get away from this without activated switch, which is easy said than done. Jump over that. No! That's probably because I didn't move that yellow switch when I fell down. That yellow switch puts the floor in so I can move. Yeah, it does. Oh, it'd probably be an half decent game if controls worked. Jumped over that. Move that. Now this, you like get propelled up there, then you go in here, that house to complete level. Now, second level, I've not yet managed to get off this. Like I said, I've only had about 3 goes on it, so I'm still learning. But now it's frustrating and not really good. It's not my game. This. Right, so how did I do it? I think I just walked over them. Yeah. So I don't know what point to that is. Thought that green river of goo might have killed you, but it obviously don't. Let's move this switch down at bottom right. That stops them crusher platform things from moving. How to do these? I don't know. Well, let's move that one. Do I really need to move that switch? Yeah. Right, so if I You know, I'm gonna do this. First time I've done it. Get in there. Just drop off at ladder. Don't worry about that. Well, so I've got to activate alt switches, although that makes no difference at all. Well, that's pants. There we go. So yeah, it's a basic game let down by not really good controls. Graphics, well, the basic to say the least. Bit blocky. Your main characters, well, it's done quite well, I suppose. Probably looks like something off the old BBC CFAX, but I suppose it does job. Well, your controls there just lets your gameplay down. It's just pathetic controls. But I'll score it. The graphics, like I said, very basic. I'm going to give a 4. Sound, I think that's probably the best part of the game. Nice music throughout, but it does get a bit repetitive and gets on your nerves a little bit. I'll give that a 5. Overall gameplay, no, it's not a good game. I think I'm being a bit kind on it, to be honest. But no, it's not a great one. I prefer Manic Miner, not Spectrum, any day to this. I'm going to give a 3. I don't think it's good at all. It looks like it back in the day. It probably was a budget game, especially if it was from Mastertronic. It more than likely was anyway, and you can see why it's not great at all. We'll have one more go, see if I can show you a little bit more. I doubt it. That's another thing as well. When you type your name in, you can't just press enter. You've just got to press space. Right. So one player, joystick. Here we go. It's just so repetitive. It's not a good one at all. And like I said, these controls, you spend most of the time trying to jump off it switches without activating them again. Absolute garbage. See, I've learnt that level quite well. Not done too bad there. But yeah, like I say, if this were trying to compete with Manic Miner, it's got an absolute no chance in hell. It doesn't even compare to that. It's awful. I mean, even I was never a fan of Chucky Egg, to be honest, but I think I'd prefer Chucky Egg to this any day. This is just a poor game what's let down even more by rubbish controls. Right, that's that platform done. I've had that lightning bolt. That suspiciously looks like an N, just rotated a bit. Let's go down here. So yeah, learning levels quite well. Main thing is you're just fighting against controls. That's that level closed. Now, what are you supposed to do on here? Jump over there. Right, how are you supposed to get past here with these controls? Oh, give me a break. Now, this could absolutely drive you insane. I think I'll leave it there before I throw the computer out the window. So, yeah, Big Mac, not the burger, the Mad Maintenance Man for Commodore 64. Not a very good game. In fact, it's a poor one, in my opinion. So, avoid at all costs. So, thanks for your viewing. Please remember to comment and subscribe.